Blessings to you, family. I want you to really listen up if you're kind of struggling with what to do next. God is saying this to you today. He says, don't overthink it. Now, I want you to really hear, okay, because I'm not talking about not using wisdom and seeking the Lord and making sure that you're in alignment with Him. Of course, we do that, but you have to be careful that that's not almost used as a disguise to keep you from actually taking a step of faith, that keeps you from moving forward, that keeps you away from the instruction that you got from God. So when God tells you to do something, you feel an impression in your spirit, then don't overthink it. We overthink ourselves right out of the divine flow. We overthink ourselves right out of positioning with the Lord. We overthink ourselves right out of God's perfect will. So as the Lord is speaking to you today and He says, don't overthink it, then this is what you do, okay? If God has given you a direction, you feel something in your spirit, first of all, this is why you often hear us talk about swift obedience, because swift obedience is the key. That's the place that's going to keep you right in alignment with God. You notice the longer that it takes you to take that step of faith or to follow through with something, the more that those thoughts start to come in, the more that you start to weigh it out, the more that you start to say, well, if I do this and it doesn't work out, then all of these what ifs are attached to it. So that's why a lot of times you'll hear us say swift obedience. But outside of that, okay, this is what you can do. If there's something that you feel like God has placed on your heart, there's a direction that He's taking you in. You've already prayed about it. You've already sought the Lord's face. You've already gotten confirmation. And even if you haven't gotten the confirmation that you want, look, you have to really lean into your discernment more. You know when the Lord is telling you to do something. Something that we often say is, if it's not harming anybody, if it's not harming you, if it's not directly against the character, the nature, and the ways of God, then you have to take a step of faith. So if there's something that you're feeling in your spirit, instead of looking at it over and over and over again and talking yourself out of it, then you're going to have to just stop overthinking it and say, okay, Lord, help me. Forgive me for looking at this in the wrong perspective. And I am taking the step of faith, no matter how small it is. Sometimes it's so small we think that it doesn't matter. No, that's overthinking it too. It doesn't matter if it seems small. It doesn't matter if it seems like to you that it's not going to make any difference. The key is obedience. Obedience is what unlocks the blessing. Hear that again. Obedience is what unlocks the blessing. So obey and stop overthinking. All right, family, I love you. Be blessed.